everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Priscilla. If it's your first time visiting my channel, today I have a very important topic to discuss with you guys, and I'm going to be talking about 7 types of mindset that can literally destroy your marriage before you get in. Just in case you are wondering, so if I'm not yet married, why are you saying they will destroy my marriage? God forbid. I see you, I understand you, but I'm very serious. Like, really, your mindset is very powerful. And some of the things that I'm going to be sharing, some of you may even relate with them. So I'm going to encourage you to pay attention to this point, to take note, and to do the needful. Because your mindset will influence how you do marriage. The first thing I'm going to share with you is not having a growth mindset. You know, when you have that type of mindset where you're like, I'm okay the way I am, this is how I am, I'm not going to change, please leave me alone. Not having a growth mindset can potentially destroy your marriage, because marriage is going to require that you make compromises. Marriage is going to require that you work on yourself. Marriage is going to require that you drop certain things, that you adjust certain things and all of that. So if you have that fixed mindset and you're that type of person who is always avoiding criticism, you don't take criticism well, you don't like to be corrected, you feel like this is how you are not ready to bend, you are not ready to change, I know my right kind of person, you most likely are going to take that attitude into your marriage, and it's going to affect your relationship with your spouse. So if you truly and honestly have already realized that you are that type of person, I'm going to encourage you today to seek help. 2, I'm always right kind of mindset. Yes, so if you're that type of person who is always right, everything you do is right, nobody else can tell you anything, you believe that you literally know what to do at every particular time, and you don't deal with it, it is also going to affect your relationship with your spouse. 3, I will change him mindset. So this is for those of you who are clearly seeing the signs already, but you're like, I'm going to change him, I'll take him to church, I'm going to convert him, oh, I've noticed that red flag, oh, but don't worry, I'll change him, oh, don't worry, I know what I'll do about it. Now, I'm not talking about minor things, I'm talking about major things. Like, if you've literally already told yourself, even before getting married, that you are going to change the person, girl, you are setting yourself up for frustration. Okay, and when I talk about these things, having the potential of destroying your marriage, I want to say that I'm not necessarily even talking about divorce. I'm talking about you having a dysfunctional and unhappy marriage. Okay, so don't say, no, I'm not going to divorce. It's not even about divorce. It's about you really going into the marriage with the right mindset that is going to help you to contribute and also enjoy your marriage. The next thing is, if you are overly independent. Yes, and this can apply to men or women, but because I focus more on women, so let me talk about women. Now, if you are overly independent as a woman, I intentionally said that it can apply to men as well, because it applies to both. So don't just say those women. No, if you're a man, you're listening to this, I believe that you can also take note of some of these things and also work on yourself. So if you're overly independent as a woman, when I say overly independent, because you should have some sort of independence before getting married, because marriage is between 2 grown people, 2 adults who know what they're about and all of that. So but I'm saying overly, that is if you find it difficult to accept help or request for help, or you find it difficult to be vulnerable, and you are always like you want to do things yourself, like there is you are literally almost like in your own world, everything revolves around you, you definitely want to work on this as well. If not, it's going to affect your relationship. The next point is, if you have a victim mentality, like you are always playing the victim, you are always having pity parties, is that how they call it? Like, when something happens, you are the victim. You never take responsibility for your life. You usually say things like, this happened to me, it's his fault, she did this. Like, you never take responsibility for anything that happens in your life. And you have to be careful here, irrespective of the kind of past that you've had. I'm saying these things because if you do not work on them, they can potentially destroy your marriage. So when you have the victim mentality, one of the things that you're going to find yourself doing is you're going to be blaming the other person for things that happen. So in your marriage, you're going to find yourself blaming your spouse when things happen. Sometimes even for decisions that you have taken. If they don't turn out right, you're going to tell your partner it's because of you. And it is going to affect your relationship. So if you have the victim mindset, definitely work on that. This next one is also super important. If you find yourself always thinking, for me, if I get married and he does this, I'm going to walk out of the marriage. Me, I don't have time for all this nonsense. Hey girl, watch it. Watch it, because remember I said that your mindset is super important. I would rather you get into marriage with the I'm going to make my marriage work kind of mindset. Because if you go into your marriage with the if he does this, I'm going to walk out, it's going to affect your relationship. Anytime there's going to be a minor thing, you're going to be thinking about how to get out of the relationship. There's actually also more about this point, but this is all I'm going to share with the YouTube fam. The rest, I share that in my coaching programs. The last one I'm going to share with you guys today, if you also have that mindset of there is no love without money, be careful. Money is super important. I'm sure if you've watched my previous videos before, at some points I even encourage you to make your own money, because money is important and it's also important in marriage. But if you have that mindset of if there is no money, there's no love, it's a bit dangerous, because God forbid, and by God's grace, you are going to always have money, your partner is always going to have money, but life is sometimes what it is. There are some things that you don't plan that happen. So what if you find yourself in a difficult situation? Or what if your partner loses his job? Or what if his business does not go as expected? Something happens and money doesn't come like before. Like, basically, what if there is no money at some point in your marriage? If you have that mindset of if there's no money, there's no love, it's going to affect your disposition and how you react towards your partner. So definitely get rid of that mindset. So that's it, guys. 7 things. I hope I have mentioned all 7, and I hope that this is useful. Please, if you've been able to relate to any of this, please seek help. Work on that now work on that now before you actually get into marriage. And if you are listening to this and you are married, I have a coaching program. If you would like to work on this particular mindset, feel free to reach out to me so you can take part in my coaching programs and we can work on that together. That will be all for today, guys. So feel free to share this video with someone, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.